prey whatsoever, and like trying to kill on homecoming of this campaign of of freaking soldiers, like 8 of them, just trying to separate them. Oh man. Alright. Well, let's go. Go to the right. And let's pull this freaking campaign. Do 1 arrow or couple, 4, 11, as many as they take. And they just realized, oh wait, did that stop them? Yeah, because for some reason arrows stopped them. Okay. That actual freaking Bardan les jodió. Mínimo a este güey. Trick didn't work. Oh, I was trying this land trick. The guy just is below, but I guess they patch it. Oh my nose. What's going on? Oh man. See, is there anybody in the chat over there? Really always some nobody. Just made the pool. You think, man? Oh, it totally hit. Well, probably with people with male armor, plate armor doesn't even matter. Yeah, I just want to see that. that. Cute. Okay. So they can totally jump these ones. But they have trouble with the stone one. Back here. That all you got. Yeah, run like the mother freaking freaker that you are. So we... Oh shit! They came inside. Ah, mande. Ok, papá. Vamos como a las 2:30 a eso, ¿no?
Ok, a la hora que tú digas.
Sí, cierran a las 4. Yeah, so your security thing, just gotta take it out. If these guys takes me down, we'll just with... Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So I practice all my life, oh no. Jerry Burnfield. Awesome. Check out what he's up to.
There because I wanted to specialize.
What's up? Gary Burnfield. Check him out. So it only landed that. Dude, how many headshots more do I need to give this guy? No, come on. Get out of here. You bring it on. Ah! Get the... Ah! There you got me right before jumping the fence, man. see what the freaking A, man. Talking to you. Yo. First of all, why am I so damaged? What kind of... Be cool, except I cannot learn none. Stamina already need 3%, that's super 2%. Okay. I'm so good with freaking first one out. Strength, grave digger, rather than conscious stronghold. Yeah, agility. That's strong. Arribita. Alright, that should have hit in the face. That guy should be dead. Bring up your daughter to the slaughter. Bring up your daughter to the slaughter. You bring it on. Hey, bring it on. Whoa! I'm freaking. Hey, that totally passed through him. happens, I just like jump to the other side now. I thought that was him. Where is he? Where did he go? I'm a gargoyle, guys. Oh look, there he is. See me. Just take him by surprise and smack him. You know what? Since he lost me in there, then he can get lost again. I'm probably gonna just snipe him. Snipe him right in the face. Huh? That was right in the head. No! No! Get away! Get away from me! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Be my dancing ducky. Right in the face. That was right in the eye. Give me your plated mail now. You were saved by the bell, man. I should probably bandage myself. Use this stuff. Is this guy behind me? Yep. Okay, pass to the other side. That's right. Run like. Okay. Let's give him some time. And. Oh, come on. Yep. Oh man, this freaking arena is killing me.
Digital download. They've become such a big part of how we get games. They're distributed in a totally different way nowadays. Physical copies exist, and you might notice one very large similarity between a digital and a physical copy: the price. Why the price? How can a game publisher justify the idea that you should charge the same amount to download a game as buy it? Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Ranks we ask the question, why did digital games cost the same as retail copies? So in the land of the physical product, there is something we deal with: scarcity. In order to create a physical, resources have to be refined, developed, and then manufactured in order to bring the product to market. There is a definite cost for the physical product. However, in 2017, that cost is very, very low. It could probably cost about $5 total in order to make a disc and the packaging that contains it. but the bandwidth that it takes to download a couple of gigabytes most likely costs a minuscule fraction of $5. At this point, bandwidth costs so little it's not even a factor in a lot of equations, particularly in the distribution of content. Internet connections are very fast, and speaking relatively to the cost that an internet connection used to be, they're pretty cheap now too. A T1 line back in the day, let's not even talk about the cost of, and the average internet connection now is faster than that by a lot. And regardless of how the game is distributed, it still costs money to make and market. That labor went into the product one way or the other. Still, the digital copy, which costs virtually nothing to manufacture and distribute, doesn't have to be shipped anywhere. No employees have to be paid in order to take care of it, make sure nobody steals it, etc. So let's talk about their justifications and try to figure out exactly what the deal is. Now bear in mind, any estimates I use on prices are going to be conservative and, well, I'm not going to make it unfair for companies. And I say that because any opinions I express, I don't want to be construed as unfair. So as I said, the cost for a physical release is pretty low, and the cost for a digital release is minuscule. And either way you release a game, there are costs that are automatically inherent. Again, the labor to create the game and marketing costs. But if those were the only factors, the margin would be exactly the same on a game priced both ways, and most likely it isn't. The digital download most likely has a larger margin, making the assumption that at the end of the day the margin is specifically just $5 more. Why not just sell the download at a few dollars less? Compensate for the fact that you don't have to manufacture it. Well, for one,
that's right.
Maximum profit possible is the point.
Oh my god, I'm bleeding.
You might say, but the point
Kill
of the
me.
company is to
Kill me.
Well, individuals can do that. Collectives can do that. People can band together and make whatever game they want to make. The more people that are willing to volunteer their time or just enter into a partnership and split profits, the closer to a AAA game any group of people could get. So the point of making it as a company, big business. Big business, this is something we absolutely have to acknowledge if we and fully exactly what's going on with the pricing of any product, not just video games. Here's the thing, before Steam, before the PlayStation Store, before the Xbox Live Store, there was only physical store. Those stores employ people who depend on those stores staying open to make money. Now, believe me, those stores wouldn't care about those people if they could operate without those people, because those stores' motive is also the highest profit possible. But at the moment, they do require those people there. They're not run by Amazon, or that apparently no people need. That's besides the point is, Sony or Microsoft one day decided that they wanted to undercut those stores and sell digital downloads at a lower price. Those stores would automatically have a very large problem. Not valuable to stock these games. And if you don't stock these games, less people. Because let's just be completely honest here, the only time I've been into a Best Buy last few years is to get a video game, accessory for a video game, and then picked up a video game in the process. There's transport bags, dance mats. That stuff is there, but if there was no reason to stock the games themselves, most likely those things would not be there. What's stopping Microsoft and saying, you know what? Actually, we don't need guys, digital downloads in the future, let's just do that. Your instinct might be, because some people like to have physical copies of it. That's not wrong. There are a lot of people that are like that. But in reality, I think if digital downloads were 1/3 the price, physical copies would probably, well, die out except for collector's editions. Can you imagine what would happen if there were no such thing as a big console release? If there weren't pictures of people in lines gradually grew into a cheering crowd ready to get their hands on a console first? Do you think that would kind of negatively impact the amount of hype that could be generated for a console? I personally do. Even though they may not be necessary, it's pretty easy to order a console off of Amazon at this point. Big releases have a tangible effect that make you feel like, hey, there's people excited for this. They're willing to go stand out in the cold in a line. You know, that kind of makes me excited for it too. If that didn't happen, if, say, Microsoft started selling all digital downloads at $30 and brick and mortar retailers got all pissed off and said, you know what, we're not carrying video game stuff anymore. Do you think it might be a little bit harder to sell a console? I do. In fact, I definitely do. I think that it's almost an obvious thing to say at this point. Hype is a big big factor in selling almost anything nowadays.
he's into,
And
like,
although
I
a lot
guess
of the
lost.
time it ends up disappointing people over specific
Music
games,
goes away.
oftentimes the hype for a console actually makes sense. And having
Like, what
wide
happened?
distribution of a
Disappeared.
console is obviously beneficial. Having the platform installed in more places means more people will want to develop. If a game costs $34 online, that would pretty much completely de-incentivize the carrying of video games in a store. So thinking about that, the main reason digital games cost the same as retail copies is because brick and mortar stores are still viewed as important by video game makers. Hype is still viewed as important. Having a centralized place where you can see other people also excited to get a game console with
Yeah, I don't want it to
accessory
go back
is still
though.
important. Even though it's oriented around consumption, it does provide some sense of community that you probably wouldn't get if everything was just specifically a digital download. In fact, a lot of detractors from the idea of buying a game as a digital download often cite this. You'll see people asking why you wouldn't want to leave your house to buy a game. As somebody who buys games both ways, like I like to get games as a download. Sometimes I do like to go see how many copies there are on the shelf. Know if other people are
Jumping
interested
on the
in
back.
in a tangible, local way. But I don't know if I like it for it to cost that much more. Knowing that the platform holder and the publisher would still get the same amount of money if a game costs $34.
What have we got here?
Kinda taints the
Damon?
physical copy a bit more. Because
Die.
I know that it's keeping the price of the game higher.
And I'm gonna get killed now,
Specifically
huh?
so platform
Fair
holders
game, fair game.
maintain relationships with brick and mortar retailers. I think if we weren't living in a country where money was that big of a deal that you needed to save it in order to have anything, not just video games, I mean. in a
Not
country where
fair!
income inequality is kind of an actual big deal.
I tried to
then
lure him
would
outside to
probably
get his
favor the more
freaking
community-oriented
armor.
actually physically
Okay.
going to the store.
Oh man,
That
nah,
being
not
said,
cool.
most people are worried about money on some level. I think that digital downloads definitely cater to them. People are
See.
worried about money. I think that digital downloads definitely cater to them.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Kingdom Come video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you where to find DLC armor. Now you will have got this if you pre-ordered the game, but you might be able to get it some other way. Now, also if you haven't pre-ordered the game, you might still be able to get this armor because it might just be the maps that you need the DLC for. But I am showing you
my
exactly
back.
the pinpoint where, so if you go there anyway, if you haven't it, you might still find something there. I'm not 100% sure though. If you've pre-ordered the game, you've got see with the pre-order. you will definitely find some. Now, before I get into this, you need to make sure you have about 2 hours through the game. It's just after when Scarce is burned and you left Townburg, you'll have taken Teresa to her mill. And once you get to the mill, that is where you can start questing for this armor. Now, this armor will get you very rich very quickly, and you'll see why.
Oh,
So let's get into it.
that's right. Call me Robin in the Hood.
Good morning. So after waking up in the mill at Teresa's place, then you might find that there is actually a chest next to you. In this chest, if you have a look, and you'll find your belongings, but you'll also find 5 maps. Now this is just if you pre-order it with the treasure DLC, but like I said before, if you go to the places that I say on these maps, you probably find this armor
Can I use
anyway.
attack down?
But don't hold me to that, I do not know 100% if you can get this
And
stuff without
expect him to
pre-ordering
die.
first. But once you've got these maps, I would definitely recommend starting with map 1. This is the lowest tier one, and it can get you good starts on some of the armor, some of the weapons, and of course, some of the money. It's obvious looking at the map that where the X is, that marks a spot of the treasure. Now, take
come
note
on,
that
come
there
on.
is a skull there. Now, this indicates that it's a grave, so you'll
No, no,
have to do some digging. So before you set on your tracks, make sure that you go and pick up the spade that is next to the miller's cart, right next to you. It should be around the courtyard somewhere, and you should pick that up and take it with you. Unfortunately for me, I am an idiot, so I went to find it without it, and I had to trek all the way back and forth. Keep mistaking these rocks for graves. Ah.
Is that the best you can do?
the stuff to dig it up. This is a grave. Now we can see there is a sign going down to the bottom right of the map saying that's going to Rattay. So we know that it's opposite Rattay, across the
Have
river,
everything under control.
and just above some cliffs in what looks to be a forest above a camp as well. So let's head that way. Now if you're at Rattay, you head northeast along the path. Here you'll find a stream, and if you follow that river all the way up north, then you might find a bridge. Once you come across this bridge, cross it. After crossing the bridge, you will then make out a camp at the side of the woods. Going up to this camp, there is a small hidden pathway. Now this pathway is pretty hard to find, but once you've found it, it should lead you pretty much all the way up until you reach what looks to be a burnt out camp. Now this burnt out camp does have a very hard lockpick chest. Unfortunately,